Governor Doug Ducey recently signed a proclamation officially recognizing today, October 12th, as Indigenous Peoples Day in Arizona. I spoke with local Indigenous organizations about the impact of this long-awaited proclamation. October 12th in Arizona has typically been recognized as Columbus Day. However, this year, Indigenous Peoples Day has officially been signed into proclamation by Governor Ducey, a proclamation that has been fought in legislation for decades prior. Dylan Baca is the president of the Indigenous Peoples Initiative, which is a youth-led organization that works to combat the stereotypes that plague Native Americans. While Ducey's recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day is a step forward in the right direction, Baca knows there is much more to be done for Indigenous advocacy.
Indigenous Peoples Day alone will not solve all problems on reservations. It won't eliminate every instance of discrimination or poverty on reservations and so forth. What it works to do is bring accurate representation to an often marginalized community.
While Indigenous Peoples Day is meant to honor Native Americans, some Indigenous community members feel that they don't need a set day to honor their Native heritage.
There's a proclamation saying it's Indigenous Day. My first thought is Indigenous Day every day. Let me go back to that it's Indigenous Day. We get to celebrate being Indian, and the world gets to know that, it's prideful to be Indigenous. We have reason to be prideful that there's our food, our language, our songs, our culture, our traditions, our connection to everything.
The organization Native Americans for Community Action originally began to serve as a voice for the Native community with the goal to support and empower the Indigenous people of Arizona. With this new proclamation, Dallas hopes Indigenous Peoples Day will encourage understanding and appreciation of Native culture from the general public.
Others looking at Indigenous Day who are non-Indigenous and celebrating the day with us just brings them closer and to more understanding of what Indigenous culture, Indigenous tribal practices, ceremonies, thoughts, perspectives, so many factors, so many facets of being Indigenous.
While Columbus Day is still recognized on October 12th, Baca and the Indigenous Peoples Initiative strive to make Indigenous Peoples Day a permanent holiday in Arizona. McKenzie Allen-Charmley, Cronkite News. While the cities of Phoenix and Flagstaff previously recognized Indigenous Peoples Day, the proclamation mandates the celebration of the day on a statewide scale.